laps.
Stand corrected that was them earlier. They are still out here on the field. Currently in 7th place in the heat. There's 6-4 across their finishes.
Last lap. All right, we're close.
That is 2. Teams will finish in open energy. With a second place finish in event 11 to put themselves into contention. Watching it slip on the wayside here in the second to last event of the next game. 30 seconds.
10. 3, 2, 1. Got it, drop it. Last lap.
Congratulations, guys, on that event win. You came into this competition in 6th place on the leaderboard. What was your strategy coming into this? I know you were really trying
All right, 21 flips.
to get on the podium this year. We'll let your translator start. You want to ask the question first? What is your outlook
3,
for
2,
the rest of today?
1. Hold on.
Ce qu'on voudrait, c'est juste de faire le mieux possible et de donner à fond pour se présenter au mieux notre équipe.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your team, and all the French basketballers.
Merci. Très bien.
Last lap. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold on. 3, 2, 1. 16. No,
Holy shit.
What do you guys think of that?
I don't want to either.
That looks insane.
It looks like I want to jam my head in the ground and my neck's going to hurt for like 2 months.
Yeah,
That's what it looks like. I'm not good enough on my hands to do that. And my neck hurts after I just do handstand push-ups.
Yeah.
I got a wall to live on.
Two events remain before we crown the fittest man and woman on earth as we move inside the Coliseum here at the Alliance Energy Center in Madison, Wisconsin. I'm Sean Woodland with Chase Ingram. Mike Arsenault is down on the competition floor. The men will be up first. Justin Medeiros has watched his lead over Patrick Miller shrink over the past 4 events. Miller now just 37 points back. Brett McCalkey would be the last one on the podium right now, but German Carl Goodwin is trying to track him down. Goodwin 39 points out. The men in spots 11 through 20 will be first on the floor as we take on event 14 of 15, and we have a brand new version never seen before in the game.
Sean, as the weekend advances, the test evolves. And as the test evolves, the athletes must adapt. And now we see a freestanding handstand push-up for the first time in CrossFit competition.
And for more on that, let's go down to Mike Arsenault.
Thank you, Sean. Speaking of the evolution of inverting movements here in CrossFit, started with giving handstand push-ups against the wall. Those became strict. We added a deficit. We added parallels to those deficit handstand push-ups and ring handstand push-ups, and now freestanding handstand push-ups for the first time ever. Think of these lines as wet paint. The athletes have to get wet paint on their hands, on each of their hands, for each rep to count. Let's see who's been doing their homework, as these have been alluded to for the past few years.
It is time to see who has been studying for the test. 10 men on the floor in this first of 2 heats. In lane 8 is Scott Hansen. He has said this will be his final year competing at the CrossFit Games. He comes in 16th place overall. Not where he wants to be, but he's doing this on a bump leg.
Exactly. The only thing holding him back is his knee, but when you look at a movement that has a heavy deadlift from the floor and a freestanding handstand push-up, Scott took the handstand walk course on day number 2. So this is an event that gets the issue out of the way, and now Scott can get back to testing fitness.
From the veteran to the rookie, Jason Hopper, 17th overall. For most rookies, that would be good, but he came in with maybe some unfair expectations placed on him.
Even for rookie Sean, BKG, 26th place, Koski, 32, Sweeney, 30, and Lundweiler, 34 in their rookie year. 17th place sounds pretty good to me, and we still have 2 events left to go. Noah Olson, not having the CrossFit Games that he knows, we all know that he wanted to have. But he's still got a bounce back event for someone that has a good skill set with freestanding handstand push-ups.
Heat number 1 is underway. We start with 6 deadlifts at 405 pounds that have to advance the barbell after 3 reps. Scott Hansen's 3 first. There's Bill Warren advancing his barbell.
Now the standard. Your head starts on the floor and finishes on the floor. That's 1. So for the 6 reps they have to do, they have 7 lines they need to advance through. Handstand.
We got Travis Mayer with a no rep and has to go back to the prior line.
And you can't sprint through this just like it's a handstand walk or handstand push-up. And here's the challenge. That is the freestanding handstand push-up. That looks very good. And so the rep will end at your head touching the floor.
A lot of the men struggling with this movement. Noah Olson is not. He's the only man onto the barbell for his round of 10. He'll advance that after he completes 5 reps.
And here's the hard part.
is that we're so enamored with the uniqueness of the handstand push-up, we forget the difficulty and the weight of the deadlift. And what does that do? Interference. Posterior chain and core is at maximal demand and intensity during
Can't
the
believe they
deadlift.
all those
You
new
need
reps.
both of those.
You didn't even stand all the way up.
On a handstand push-up normally, and now that we're freestanding, it's even more apparent. Cole Singer is now onto the barbell for his second set, and Scott Panchik as well there in the middle of your screen. Singer is in the gray shorts, Panchik is in the dark shorts, and it's Noah Olsen in the lead in this heat. 16 total score repetitions here. These are fun things that Noah does on his own, right? None of these athletes probably say, hey, we should probably throw these in our training. It's like, hey, we're in the gym on a Sunday morning. Let's mess around and do some freestanding handstand push-ups. You were down when the athletes were being briefed on this, and there were a lot of wide eyes down there. You're talking about a comp like this, so hey, here's the standard, touch your head, walk your hands, touch your head. It took them 30 minutes of questions and going through the standards for these athletes. These athletes are very nervous about this movement.
Jason Hopper in the back in a white shirt is yet to get through his first set of 6 as Scott Panchik is now at a set of 10 freestanding handstand push-ups.
So your hands need to touch the line with your arms straight before you descend to the bottom. And as you come down, that's the completion of the rep. So he starts the rep, head to the floor, that's finish the rep. That's when it counts.
There are 6 men on their set of 10 freestanding handstand push-ups. And Scott Panchik started to creep up on Noah Olsen. Noah Olsen is in the green, so the left hand of your screen now just pressing himself up.
Got it, round 9.
Cheerleader for your repetitions here. 16 total score repetitions. Keep an eye on the top of your screen. The number next to the man's name in red will indicate the number of reps he has completed. Everyone else, the number in the white box will indicate how many reps they are behind the leader. Noah Olsen now is through his set of 10.
And here, that's just a great look at as the core demand of just stabilizing in that headstand position.
Also now under his set of 14. He'll advance the barbell after 7 reps.
The one element that is that unseen test within the test. It's a cut lift, it's a deadlift, it's a freestanding handstand push-up, which is unique. But something that a lot of people don't train often is an ascending rep scheme. This event gets harder not just because of the fatigue, but of the compounding effect of the deadlifts and the stability, and the rep scheme has been increased from 6 up to 14.
Scott Panchik now getting to the barbell to begin his set of 14 as Noah Olsen is on the back half. 7 reps.
Was it 9?
And he'll return for 14 more freestanding handstand push-ups.
And 405 is not light normally, but is extremely heavy at the end of a 4-day competition after what we just went through this morning. 80 total GHD sit-ups if you got through all 4 rounds. A 168-foot, 600-pound yoke carry just an hour and a half ago.
7-minute time cap for this event. We have just 2 minutes to go before we hit that. As Noah Olsen will be the first man to the final set of 14 freestanding handstand push-ups. And you can see the just carnage going on the right side of your screen. Some of the most elite athletes in the world struggle through this movement, but Dave Hasenkamp is now raising the bar as far as what is expected from men. The final heat is up next. Straight with the Jason Ingram here with you. Thanks so much for joining us. Everybody like Arsenault is down on the competition floor. This is how close it is at the top of the overall leaderboard. Justin Medeiros has had the overall lead since event 7, but Patrick Feller has been chipping away at that steadily.
Every event he's been chipping away, and he got 5 points this morning. The point system being 5-point drops every placing you have is going to be Pat Fellner's best friend. If he can get about 10 to 15 here, he should set himself up within striking distance for the final event.
Freestanding handstand push-ups for the first time in CrossFit Games history.
And it's not just about a handstand push-up, it's a handstand hold. It's a walk, It's a core stability taxing movement, and then you throw a 405-pound deadlift in there for 30 reps. This is going to be a very taxing event, more than people just think about gymnastics and weightlifting.
Overall leaders will be right in the middle of the floor. 4 men battling for 3 spots on the podium. Brett Fikowski, Justin Medeiros, Patrick Veller, and Jorgen Carl Gudmundsson. Gudmundsson coming into this event 39 points back of Brett Fikowski.
There's 2 athletes looking to chase, and there's 2 athletes looking over their shoulder. It's easier to chase someone down than it is to run away from them. And Pat Vellner is trying everything he can to chase down Justin Medeiros.
Pat Vellner started the competition in 35th place overall. Now sits in 2nd. Justin Medeiros trying to become the youngest man to win the CrossFit Games ever. Second final heat underway. Nobody in the other team was able to complete all the work inside the 7-minute time cap. Noah Olson got the closest. He was 4 reps away. There are 60 total scored repetitions in this event. We start 6 deadlifts with 405. Now look at the barrels now. In the middle of your screen.
You just look on paper. Pat Vellner is well suited for an event like this, with a gymnastics background and having one of the strongest deadlifts in the field.
Vellner and Fikowski and Gudmundsson are all on the same pace.
As he brings his head to the floor and establish control for them to count.
Vellner and Medeiros to the barbell at the same time for their set of 10.
And now we increase the reps by 4. And you thought a middle portion of a cup that was difficult going down. Imagine how difficult it is going up.
Vellner through his first 5, Medeiros through his first 5. But Justin Medeiros, if you just stay close to Vellner, you will only surrender 5 points if Pat is 1 spot ahead of him.
45 on a short bar. As if you need to make deadlifts harder. It's a much different task than it is with a traditional barbell.
A lot of money at stake for these two. The winner of the CrossFit Games, $310,000. Second place, $120,000. And third, $80,000. Second round of freestanding handstand push-ups for Vellner and Medeiros. 10 reps here.
Now think about the time they're going to be spending in this position. You're about 1 minute 40. If you look on the left side of your screen, that's the clock. It's not just 10 reps.
Now Medeiros with the no rep. Vellner saved his, but he's going to take a break. The 2-man neck and neck. Jorgen Carl Gudmundsson is in 3rd. He just kicked up into his tripod position without pressing up into the handstand in the green shirt.
If you can go to failure on this movement, just like any handstand push-up movement, whether it's strict or kipping, as well as handstand walking, this has it all.
And now another no rep for Medeiros.
And you can bring your elbows to your knees. That was dictated to the athletes in the briefing. You can bring your elbows to help you stabilize.
And now Medeiros is starting to struggle a little bit. Vellner is opening up a lead, but the good news for Medeiros right now, there's no one between the two of them. Jorgen Carl Gudmundsson is creeping up, but Medeiros is still in 2nd place. Saxon Hansen is right with Medeiros.
Vellner just got a no rep.
7-minute time cap here. Vellner doing a nice job of using his elbows. Now Vellner is thrown onto the barbell. He can open up some distance between himself and Medeiros here.
And it took him 1 minute and 20 seconds of being upside down, walking on his hands, and doing handstand push-ups at the same time.
14 reps at 405 for Vellner. All by himself on this final barbell, but he's got to get some help from some of the other athletes if he wants to take a big chunk out of Medeiros' lead. Now Medeiros is done. Medeiros stays with Vellner here.
We've had multiple different tests of very similar movement patterns. We started with the open style handstand walking or wall walk. did an obstacle course with handstand walk. Now, one of the hardest inverted gymnastics tests you could possibly throw at the athletes. Saxon Panchik on the left side of your screen is stepping up to the barbell. Veller could use some help from him. 14 reps to go for Pat Veller, the first man to that final set. And if he can get across the finish line, he will win the event. Remember how many men got capped? Medeiros really needs to get across with Veller if Veller finishes. Because if that happens and other scores will occur, he will not factor in.
We're testing nearly every physical thing you can possibly do in a two-movement test. Strength, stamina, endurance, power, balance, coordination, and accuracy have never been more valuable in a CrossFit Games event.
Medeiros has figured it out, and he is even with Veller, and now Medeiros is looking to take the lead from Pat Veller. Neck and neck. With more than 2 minutes to go. And now both men have no rep for Medeiros. He's got to go back. That'll get the lead back to Veller. Saxon Panchik on the left of your screen is starting to creep up on Medeiros. And Jordan Croker was on the right. He is now on to his final set. 5 reps now to go for Pat Veller, and another no rep for Medeiros. As on the left, Saxon Panchik is gaining ground.
Down there just got a no rep. Watch out for Saxon Panchik.
Veller's got to finish ahead of Medeiros if he wants to shrink the lead. Another no rep for Medeiros as Veller continues.
And now is a full effort no rate. That's the difference between just a miss and a full
And
effort.
another no rep for Veller as we now approach the 6-minute mark. 1 minute left. And now Medeiros is down. One more. Vital for Veller. He's going to take a break. He's got 1 left. Plenty of time to get himself across the finish line and get the vet win. No rep for Veller. Medeiros has 1 to go. He thought he was done. Veller is done. Veller will win. Medeiros with 1 to go. No. And they're going to count it. He's in. That was Medeiros when we take second. And Pat Veller shaves another 5 points off of Veller's lead. Or probably off of 1. Veller shaves 5 points off of Medeiros' lead. Medeiros' lead will now stand at 32 with 1 event to go. Our top 2 on the leaderboard, the only 2 men to finish the event inside the time cap. Pat Veller has 1 event left. Could be Justin Medeiros.
That was a hard-earned 5 points by Pat Veller.
5th career event win for Pat Veller.
Just a game of tennis out there, inverted on a dollar mat between Pat Veller and Justin Medeiros. 1. And the difficult part is, from the strength perspective, wasn't the 405-pound deadlift. But the composure from Veller to get that final rep after getting no rep twice. 1. To kick back up, stabilize, secure, and get across the finish line. 5 points is 5 points. Now Medeiros' last rep, and that was a good rep. Quality save, good stabilization, and a great finish for Justin Medeiros, who's just hanging on to that first place lead overall.
Pat Veller, the event that will pick up 100 points and knock another 5